Hello, yes, and welcome to another episode of MLS Ireland. Well, I'll be bringing to you my predictions for week 19. So stay tuned. Perfect, thank you very much for joining me. Yes, my name is Sean, and if you're new to this, hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me because it's slowly moving up, but it's not going down, so I'm happy with that. Yep, there is a lot of games on this weekend, and kind of going into Monday and Tuesday, and probably the game on Wednesday is suspended or postponed, whatever how you like to pronounce it. A lot of games during the week there, and quite a lot of them I got correct, so pat on the, you know what I mean. So obviously the first game in these week 19 games, which is Sporting Kansas City at Chicago Fire, who had a game postponed during the week there against Minnesota, which I thought Minnesota would actually had a good game at, but the game got postponed, and they're taking up the Sporting Kansas City team, who got beat by FC Dallas. I suspect that game to be a bit better, but it didn't, so hey go. But I do think Chicago Fire probably can get a good result in this one. So Chicago Fire, they're actually not too far up in the league. They won their last game they played, so coming up against Sporting Kansas City, I do think they're probably the favourites to win this one at home, so I'm going to go for like a 1-0 win. They just probably a better team at the moment. The next one is Montreal, obviously not against Inter Miami. Inter Miami's probably game's going to be on TV here, because all our games are going to be on TV here. They're not last, so well done Inter Miami. They're taking on against the Montreal team, who Montreal didn't do actually too bad, I don't think. Yeah, well, they lost to New England, which I thought I expected to happen, but not like 3-2. But they're coming up against a very good team in Inter Miami, who are probably starting to better. Funnily enough, they're favourites to win this game. I can't really see that game going that way, but I do suspect it'll be a tight one, so I'm going to go for like a 1-1 draw. Montreal probably are the more connected team. Well, not connected, they play more with each other in that sense. And then their Inter Miami is still kind of new, so I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw on that one. The next one is Columbus Crew against New York City FC. At the start of in the middle of the season, I would say Columbus Crew all day long. New York City FC they drew against Orlando, which wasn't too bad of a result, but they're coming up against Columbus Crew team who are struggling. It's not an exaggeration. They lost their last 2 games. Well, they didn't have them won in the last 4, so saying that, they're coming up against the New York City team who are struggling for goals. So this is going to be an exciting game. I'm not expecting too much in this game, so I'm going to go for like a 1-1 draw as well. So I think New York City could probably nick this one, because Columbus Crew are not in really a great position at the moment, and they lost their last game, which is a very bad game. I think it was against Cincinnati. Yep, 2-1. Not good. Next one's Red Bulls against Orlando. Orlando should really probably win this one, but New York Red Bulls are a weird team. They drew their last game against Toronto, which was pretty good in Toronto, or was it in wherever the hell it was, because I don't think they're playing it in their home games in their proper home stadium. So they're coming up against Orlando, who drew against New York City FC. So I suspect something similar. But I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Orlando. Orlando probably they aren't favourites. New York Red Bulls are favourites, which is surprisingly. All the things that will be here. So hope you enjoyed those, because did anybody have a wee bet on? Let me know in the comments. So I'm going to go for Orlando 2-1. DC United at Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati might actually win this one. Cincinnati, as I said, they actually beat a good team in Columbus Crew, so that's a good result for them. They're coming up against the DC United team, who drew against New York City FC. I believe it was 2-2. Nope, it was DC United. It was New England, wasn't it? Nope, Philadelphia 2-2. So that was close. It's in the east coast. So yeah, they're coming up against Cincinnati team. Cincinnati, who are favourites coming into this game, and I would probably suggest that's probably true. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 win. I'm surprised DC United scored 2. I think a lot of DC United fans were surprised they scored 2, so I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Cincinnati. The next one is Toronto beating Atlanta. Playing Atlanta. I can't see Atlanta, this team, doing all well, even though I'm just kind of showing it off for Gallagher and Mulroney, who are doing, actually scored the last goal. Mulroney, well done, kiddo, and Gallagher scoring their goals too as well. So on the Irish lads, but they're playing against Toronto, who are a very good team. Who, even though that they did draw their last game there, but I do see them winning this one, so I'm gonna go for like a 2-0 win. Toronto are just a stronger team. They're tough for a reason. So sorry, Atlanta. The next one is Minnesota against Houston Dynamo. Minnesota did have their game suspended, and Houston Dynamo, how did they do? Houston Dynamo, I can't bloody remember half of these results. They got annihilated by Nashville, which did I suspect? I think it was going to be a draw, but anyway, I didn't expect them to really do well in this game. So, and I'm not going to expect them to do well in this game. They're going to get beat by Minnesota. I'm going to probably say the same result, but I'm going to go for like a 3-0 to Minnesota. Minnesota are actually not a bad team at the moment, so I do suspect them to do very well in this one. Next one, Portland Timbers at LAFC. Portland Timbers are nobody's really the favourites in this game as much, but I do think Portland Timbers, who are probably coming into this game a bit more in form rather than Atlanta and Los Angeles. So Portland Timbers should win this, even though I said Portland Timbers we're going to have a good result against Real Salt Lake, and they didn't. They got beat 2-1. But they're coming up against an LAFC team who are very poor away from home. They're probably like one of the worst formed teams away from home at the moment, and I kind of see that kind of happening again. So I'm going to go for like a 2-1 win to Portland. I do see them scoring goals, and I do see LAFC scoring goals, so I'm going to go for 2-1 on that one. LA Galaxy now against Vancouver. LA Galaxy, who are struggling, have lost all their last 6 games, which isn't very good. They're coming up against a Vancouver team who won their last 2 games. So congratulations, Vancouver. They beat LAFC, and I do suspect to see this again. So I'm going to go for another 2-1 win. So I think Vancouver may win this one. They're completely nowhere near the favourites. I think LA Galaxy are 8-15. So there you go, if you want to put a wee sneaky one on that one. So yeah, Vancouver should probably win this one 2-1. And the next one is San Jose against Seattle. San Jose, who got beat by Portland, then they played LA Galaxy and beat LA Galaxy 4-0. We're coming up against the Seattle team, who are, where are they? They're 5th in the league, which isn't all too bad for them. They kind of do more, they do better than their MLS Cup. So, and their game against Colorado was suspended, and they're probably coming into this game a bit more fresher. So I'm going to go for like a 3-1 win to Seattle. They have a better team, as I say. So that's what I'm going to go for in that one. The next one is New England Revolution against Philadelphia. I like Philadelphia. They still let me down against DC United, but they haven't let me down for most of the season. They're coming against the New England team in New England. New England aren't a bad team. They beat Montreal, which is pretty impressive, and then Philadelphia away from home drew against DC United. But I just don't think. I think DC United got not lucky. Well, they got a penalty, and then they kind of got a goal from that. And then Philadelphia got one in the last 5 minutes and drew the game. So it's kind of unfair, not unfair, but you know what I mean. They probably were the better team, and they're coming up against the New England team, who are not. They're actually the favourites in this, which is weird. But I think Philadelphia should win this one. I'm going to go for like a 2-0 win. It's probably not the game New England really are known for to win in, so I don't think they're really going to come into this with a lot of confidence. So, yep, 2-0. And then the last one is Nashville against FC Dallas. Nashville they beat Houston 3-1, which is pretty good, and whereas Dallas beat Kansas City 1-0. Coming into this game, Nashville are favourites, I would suggest. They're playing brilliant football at the moment. They're actually finally scoring goals, which is a main thing. But coming up against FC Dallas team, who are very strange, and I mean strange, they could probably win this one quite easily. Saying that, yeah, I'm gonna go for that. I'm gonna go for a weird FC Dallas 1-0 win. They're just strange, and Nashville are not as consistent as I would like them to be. So I'm gonna go for like a 1-0 to FC Dallas. Hello, and yes, that is my predictions. So hope to God you enjoyed them. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, and I hope to see you on next week. 20. We're getting there. Stay tuned. Bye now.